Hello there, greetings. We are back. Yeah, went pretty late for the webinar, so I needed to take 5. So here we go. This is the chat portion of the webinar. And to give you kind of an idea of what's been going on today, my YouTube channel was hit with a community strike. It was an old video. I'll go into more tomorrow, but technically I don't have to bring it up at all, but I'll bring it up anyway. Community strike was a slideshow I did before I started doing channelings. I didn't know what to do. Like I wanted to do. It was about ISIS and the media cover up. It was like less than 2 minutes, and so it got flagged, and the early like 1 o'clock in the morning. And sometime today I was reinstated because I wasn't able to do this because they took away my live stream. So all day today I've been trying to get a second channel working. And now, so I'm gonna have a second channel. I'll post that tomorrow. Anyway, I deleted the video, and others that were kind of similar to it. So I don't need all that. Of course, anything can be flagged, but at least those is before I started channeling. I've tried to do slideshows and stuff to, find out what my way is, what my direction is going to be. You know how many views that video had? 58 views. Now it has 60. Well, now it has none. It had 58 views. So I thought it was a bot at first, but now I'm thinking somebody flagged it. So anyway, it didn't have anything in it, just clips and music, and really didn't say much. So it's not a big deal. So we're back. I have a second channel. I'll post that later. So all right. So those are aware of what this is all about. We're going to. I'm not sure what we're doing. One moment. This is ivanteller.com. We have private sessions. You can learn about your guides, aliens, and everybody that is around you. Gift cards, easy purchase, there's other methods. You have a Google Hangout, Skype, Zoom, and channelings by phone. Right here is the scheduler. Schedule a time if you wish to use that. Of course, there's other methods. It's also, you can submit a question, and these can be pretty popular. I'm getting to them as quickly as possible. And you have healing, past life regression, things of that sort. Also have Spirit Social. That's in case if this doesn't work. Spirit Social, I like to give people choices, as you can see. Submit a question, healing, past life regression, channeling, message from Yeshua, channeling, consulting, 5-minute healing. Spiritual connections, 1 question from a day, chakra healing from a day. Soul painting from Stephanie, angelic reiki from Miguel. So this is what keeps the uploads uploading and keeps the connections continuing. Yeah, Hollywood is going through an implosion at the moment. I'm not sure that's why I got that. I don't know why I got the flag. Who knows? But it's interesting. So, hello, Christina. Greetings. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. What day is it? All right. I know where I'm starting at. There are angels, light, crystal beings, positive energies. Advance us to the next stage. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. I'll just call him Colin. It's easier. Question 1. One time when I was younger, I was outside with a group of kids on a clear sunny day, and suddenly everything went dark for a second. All of us looked up in confusion, but didn't know what happened. Could you tell me about what caused the sky to go dark, or if it was just a very quiet plane? No, it wasn't a plane. It does seem like you had an Arcturian visitation. As you can say, they turn off the lights, you can say, to let you know that they were there. They kind of give you an insight of you're not alone, was one reason for it. Yeah, these things don't just happen. One moment. Well, for you in this group, well, mostly for you, I believe you're just like an insight. Also, it does seem like there was some cloud cover, at least from what it feels like, for a moment during this dark second. Interesting. One moment. I do feel the Arcturians, but also the Andromedans were assisting. Basically, it's like they were using like a glass, kind of like glass energy, where they're reflecting light. And it does seem like they were looking for somebody, but I believe there's much more to it than that. They do these anomalies every once in a while in the skies, and but for it to go dark like that is very interesting. I believe it's just to get your attention. Just to get your attention. Of course, there's more to it, but it's fascinating. I do see an Andromedans around during this, but it does feel like it's very Arcturian. It's just very. It's kind of like letting humans know you're. It's not just all about you. Something around those lines. Question 2: Can you tell me about my past lives as a Native American? I do see around the time of Washington, George Washington. George Washington time period, yeah, it was kind of, as you can tell, brutal during that time. But also part of more of the peaceful. I do see you connecting to Sitting Bull. I don't think you had a strong connection with him. I believe you were kind of connected to him. You're actually very Arcturian in that lifetime, also. I believe you were a farmer, but a hunter, also a farmer. I see many children around you. So, all right, just leave it with that. Danielle, oh, last week when you mentioned briefly the white military, I felt a big surge of joy and family. Am I one of these on the other side? I have a cat here. Let's see, one moment. The white military, yes. Yes, the peaceful military, yes. Does any manifestation fully work, or are we still bound to solo lesson plan? You are bound. Yes, it is a lesson plan, but doesn't mean you can't manifest throughout the lesson plan. Well, it does seem like you are leaving your lessons, meaning you've worn your lessons. Well, yeah, you have. I'm getting a bit fed up. Well, you're coming out at the end of it, seems. That's what seems to be the biggest energy with that. So, as for the the light military, yeah, you're connecting more with that too. So you're going to more of a different phase as what you're used to. Stephen Davies, I was I was with my son at a van buying cakes. My son fell on his bike and broke it. There was and we're two female doctors looking my son over, and they started to do checks on me, stabbing my face with swabbing my face and injecting my arm with something. What was the message here? Not good energies. Not from the doctors, at least. They shouldn't be doing that. Not with you. With him, yeah, this was a stabbing with a bunch of, well, even there. I don't know what that was about. They're not, that was not good. Shouldn't be doing that. It seems like the doctors are very self centered and they were not exactly following procedure from what it seems. From what I'm picking up, they shouldn't have been doing that. At least not with you. With him, yeah, he's starting to do checks with me and swabbing your face and injecting your arm. They shouldn't have been doing any of that. It seems like they've been indoctrinated into some kind of mental force that can't. They're like robots from what it feels like. It's very strange. Any messages? Well, yeah, they say not to worry about that situation. Most likely, there's a reptilian energy around it, a mind control force around them. They didn't know. They weren't really thinking clearly either. There was a vortex around them of panic. They don't really those nurses don't really work very well, and or doctors don't work very well in panic situations. As they might seem like they do, they really don't. Yeah. Um, hmm. It won't happen again for sure. But yeah, these doctors are not always really fit for their jobs. It seems. I don't think they were. Doesn't seem like it. Crystal Lady Snow, are there any messages from the seashells? Just to lay low, take it easy. Watch television. This weekend, take it easy. Say something around a garden. I don't know if you have a garden, but a garden is good for you, basically. But for the most part, maybe like rose garden, that kind of energy is good for you. Um, it should be able to help you with your fairy roots. Also, question two: are there any messages for me? Well, I'm seeing an antelope around you. But you've been around a lot of heavy beings recently. I forgot what an antelope looks like. Antelope. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, kind of like a deer. Yep, makes sense. Watching over you, basically, what that's about. Let's see what else. Yeah, you've just been connecting to a lot of their energies recently. Um, yeah, it's been connecting much with the archangels. You've been having telling some archangels what to do recently. Some of them seem to be slacking off, but for the most part, it seems like you're making peace. They also show you making like making a quilt of some kind of design you're making. What do you do with that? James, what is my galactic DNA? 4% Arturian, 12% reptilian for the moment, 5% Syrian, 2% Palladian, 6% Lyran, 4% Orion. There is some Anunnaki there, but that's no. You have Anunnaki energy, that's for sure. Question two: do you talk a bit? Could you talk a bit about my feline past lives? Yeah, a lot of times as a feline commander. I actually see you more as a adventurer. searching the stars, going to places that are forbidden, visiting worlds that are uninhabited. With a female friend of yours, I believe you with others, but I feel you see you mostly with a female friend. Um, I believe also you passed by this world a few times, like, but mostly as an observer um, in ancient times. It's like, yeah, I'll have a lifetime there, but I'll get to it when I feel like it. This like your feline is probably your most prominent energy, at least at this moment. Yeah, they said you have been a farmer. You've had a lot of hard lifetimes as a feline, though. I think this world's tough. I am seeing nuclear power, nuclear energies. Kind of like what, I do see like a nuclear scientist of some kind as a feline. Yeah. With crystals, like that can be weaponized. I don't think you're weaponizing them. Others were. So, Pamela, are there any messages for me? Yes, there's unicorn energies around you assisting you in your awakening process. Is also a dolphin energy around you, raising your vibration. You are connecting to the dolphin collect. I do see you swimming with dolphins in astral. There's quite a bit of that. There's also unicorn energy with you in the waters. They're clearing out this low energy of this world. Yeah, it's difficult, but that's why you're swimming with them. It's very healing. Question 2 is my daughter. Going to be all right? Yes. Rough time? Yes. Well, it's going to be bumpy for a little bit, but that's okay. But she needs to go through this, it seems. It's part of her test. Feels like it's strengthening her in some regard. I'm not saying why, but her mental strength is getting stronger. So, Maddie, any messages from my higher self? Yes, meditate with the angel energies. Also, I think your next thing is food here. I am seeing angelic foods. Interesting. I'm seeing like energy foods around. I know the second question has to do with food. But I'm seeing like energy, like see a banana like energy. Just gardens of just different plant life of it's just energy. You take that energy and you bring it into your vibration, not necessarily to eat it, but you feel it. You bring it into your energy so you can experience it. It's like you hold it and it disappears, but it's going into your energy and you feel like as if you ate it. That's what's going on in your astral part of it. Is you're cleansing yourself. This goes in your second question. Are there any foods that my guides recommend me getting that will help me become a greatest vision, and why? Just fruits and vegetables, basically. Greeneries are good. There's juice dieting if you wish to go in that regard. Juicing. I kept seeing bananas, but also carrots. I think it's a strong one. Any you can't go wrong with any of that. Anything that they're attracted to. You keep seeing bananas. I think it's potassium that's in bananas. Marianne, any messages for me? Yeah, I see you're connecting to the Galactic Federation of Light of the Palladian energies, bringing in positive vibration. I am seeing a galactic force around you that change the Earth's energies around. A galactic council. You're bringing more of that energy here. As for exactly what is going on, it's their, from what I see, they're freeing the military energies, like North Korea. It's just you're bringing your version of the Galactic Federation of like your connections. There are many connections. Everybody has connections. I am seeing females on this. I'm even seeing canines. very like wolf-like canines, like werewolves, but not werewolves though, but wolf-like presence. Is just bringing your influence here basically. Imagine you feel that, but it's positive. It's a heavier force, but just to show that we're not going to let humans destroy themselves. Basically, some are planning on doing so. I believe something has to do with North Korea. Not all of it. Something has to do with it. Because I think some people are feeling the threats there. Question 2. Any messages from my Andromedans? You are relaxing with them. I'm also seeing a deer. You are hanging out with I'm seeing deer beings. I see you in bed with them too. They're just cuddling you, just friendship, love, that type of thing. But I am seeing you with, I know it's not something I see very often. I see you with a deer as a very comforting energy. Not going into much detail what they look like, just a deer being, let's put it that way. So, yeah, you might have a deer husband somewhere. You might just have that. It's pretty neat. A big one, big antlers, but they're not getting knocked out by them for sure. That's neat. Question 1 for Carol. Any messages for me? Message from Yeshua, just to ground more. Fruits and vegetables, you're already eating those. Something with the tangerine doesn't mean you have to consume it or buy it. The tangerine energy just needs to be around you a lot. I know it sounds very strange, but that's cryptic apparently. Tangerines. What does that mean exactly? Aren't tangerines sweet? That's a cryptic. Bring that into your meditation. If you wanted to go to the store and buy tangerines, that's up to you. It's up to you. You might, from what it seems like, it's there. It's to take you someplace else, like direct you to a new direction. Now, it might be in a meditation, or just go to the store and maybe look at them and say, maybe not. Maybe I'll get you out of the house, do something you're not normally used to doing, and it's just like a sign to do something different. Not necessarily need to get that, but it's something to think. I'm not sure if they even have those at the store. I don't think so. My cat is going. Okay. Question 2. Any messages from my galactic twin flame? All I'm seeing is silver oceans. I'm seeing a big guy too. He's coming out of the ocean he's riding some kind of creature. He's not going into details. I'm not really seeing what it is, but he kind of, I don't know. You might see him differently. He does look like he's kind of like Conan the Barbarian. Not exactly like that, but I am seeing him like big. Let's put it that way. He's riding a big fish. Let's see here. Fish creature that we do not have here. A fish creature, I guess, can walk on land and go into the oceans. Basically, just so you would get many more visitations. Yeah, humanity's going to call us all crazy. What what they look like. They do show also beings that are the flathead beings. That's interesting. They're humanoid, but they have we have like a round head. I think we do, sort of. These are flat-headed beings. They're Pleiadian, and they're basically beings of messages. Basically, they're white-looking. They're short. Very kind. Some of them are born into this world. Like some children have tumor issues and they have like a strange head. That's them. Yeah, that's just their what they're used to. Can't come in here normal. You can't be born into this world normal. Doesn't work out. You just can't have that. Abnormal is better. Question from Gaga Jonah. Do you have any messages from anyone? From me? Yeah, Archangel energies is very strong with you. If you pray or meditate with the Archangel energies, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, you know them all. It should bring you more enlightenment as for your direction. It does seem like you are on a spiritual path as a healer, but just healer of the moon. The moon energy is actually quite strong with you. They also say you are a reader of tarot if you wish to go into that regard, or at least cards. This is many messages there for you. Very slight one, basic ones, but still helping you in finding your way. Basically, is mental healing for you and your family as for letting go of the third density environment. This little tidbits here and there of letting go of the third dimension, basically. Question 2, any messages from anyone regarding my daughter and her family? Yeah, she's gonna. These all these tests are all aligned with her energies, as this is the path for her at the moment. But she will start connecting to you more. I'm seeing the next few days. There's just been the daughter and her family is. Let's see. That's a Palladian family. I'm not sure if there's a son there, a little one. That's our. Who are you? Feels like slightly this strange one. He's a little bit of everything. It's like a mix of everybody. There's not one Zeta I want to say is the strongest, but I see so many different energies around him. Either that's a magician child. If there's a boy there, if not, there is a girl there. That is her, but I believe it's a boy. I feel like a boy. So there's a magician child there somewhere. Sometimes they're good at cloaking their energy, so I don't know what the hell I'm connecting to. I feel it's a boy there. So, and if there is a girl there, if there's another child there, it's grounding his energy because it's like all over the place. So if there's two kids, one of them is the magician kid, the other one's grounding. Let's put that way. Opened new doors, basically. That is what I'm getting. Magician kid is not fully aware of his magician self yet, that's for sure. Question from Noah, any health advice from my guides? Just meditation. I've seen candles are good. White candles are good for your energy. That's up to you, your mental health at least. Could be scented if you wish. You'd be surprised. I've seen white candles. That's up to you. They just say to meditate more. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. Just calm your nerves. The reason for meditation is to calm your nerves. Question 2. I've had a dream 2 nights ago where I was talking to this teenage girl who was sharing her life problems with me. She said she wanted to commit suicide. I tried to talk her out of it by saying, "You're here for a reason," along with other things. I can't remember. Memory kind of hazy. What can you tell? Yeah, but that was very real. Yeah. I believe it was a younger girl, might be in her teenage years. Might have come from abuse. It's hard to say, or just going through depression. Yeah, you are appearing like an angelic energy. Yeah, that's very hard. But that's real. You're basically connecting to your consciousness, basically, or unconscious side, whatever you want to call it. To basically talk her out of it. She does. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but it's her decision. It's her. I think she'll be all right though. She has a lot of darker energies around her that's confusing her thought patterns, but it's very real. I'm getting the name Melissa, but I can't be 100% sure if that's her actual name. But if you want to call her name, call her that. Ooh. Okay. Well, either way, you did what you had to do. No worries. Question from Gregory. I'm never really sure if what I'm feeling, thinking is what myself am feeling, thinking, or someone else. Is there a way of assisting me? Yeah, I understand. Like if your feelings are your feelings or it's somebody else's stuff or it's your thoughts. I believe it is your thoughts. There is a presence around you that sometimes it feels like it's somebody else. I believe it's more of a reptilian vibration that's around you. It's trying to live through you. I believe it's mostly you. 90% is you. There's a reptilian presence that just wants to say, hey, let me come into your life, you know? That's what I'm getting. So yeah, you're feeling what you're feeling is right. Yeah, you are feeling somebody else's. Yeah, it's reptilian. Uh, Nordak. It's a weird name, but yeah, they're reptilians. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Sometimes you might get some of that from your. I believe it's mostly from the reptilians. Question 2: does anyone have any messages for me? With this being, you can ask him to either give you a message. He's not trying to harm you. He's trying to understand you and live through you. There's stuff in the human world he doesn't understand, so he's kind of peeking in, maybe a little bit too much. But he's not always aware of what he's doing. But he's so fascinated by who you are, your life. He knows you from other incarnations. Not negative. He's just bizarre. I think he's going to try and be a little bit nicer, but he's still around you though. He's not going anywhere. He's in good spirits. He's not trying to take over you or anything like that. So it's up to you. You can always tell him to chill. I believe it'll calm down. So you might get a message from him, possibly. Yeah, he's green, tail, about 6 feet tall. About that. He's a good spirit. He's kind of a comedian too, so yeah, he's not ready for this world. He can't do it. He wants to incarnate here, but I don't think he can handle it. He just is some. He has addictive personality. He has vices about him that just put him in a bad situation. So that's why he's not doing it. Because he knows himself pretty well. Katie and Dan, any messages from the angels? There seem to be many of them very close to you. I have seen an angel by the name of Rebecca. She seems to be coming into your energy source. Basically, I feel like her energy is combining with yours. Like, doesn't mean you feel like her presence, but I feel like her presence is like right in front of you. But she's like her energy of she connects to you as she is if she is you. I think she's doing that to give you a burst of energy. If you feel slightly different, it could you bring assistance to you. She's also helping you clear out old relationships. Question 2, any other messages? Yeah, I've been connecting to the high councils of the Palladians recently. As for bringing more enlightenment to humanity. Basically, they're showing like a slingshot of messages for humanity to not have fear, but to have enlightenment. Maybe of help society, humanity be realizing what's going on. Basically, like anomalies that only can be godlike, like in the Bible. I imagine you can feel that. It's like not to freak people out, but to amaze them. I see you've done this before too. Actually, I see that very strongly. Yeah. It's like, what just hints at what's going on. And yeah, we've seen fires, we've seen hurricanes, but there's also much positive that will be seen. All these things are happening to clear out lower energies. It's not just that they're trying to attack us and stuff. They're also clearing out stuff, this junk. It might have a negative impact. We're also in renewal processes. California is definitely going through that. Yikes. It's like a war zone of fire, that's for sure. Moment. All right, going to the next chat. All right, let me get a drink. I know it's in the middle of this, but I forgot to mention. I got this. I got the Alien book again, and they kind of beat it up in shipping, but this is through Amazon. It's pretty decent. It does look like the pages have been printed on an inkjet printer, but that mail looks good. It doesn't look that bad. But it's cheap, but it's a good gag gift. That's pretty much the point of it. So it's pretty skinny. Has a mantis on there. That's great. So it's a gag basically, but it's funny. I mean, it has all the cartoons you see, that stuff I've been posting here. It's on my Facebook and other on my website, but it's just it should be if you get on Amazon, you should be able to get free shipping from it. So something different. It's Alien Uber. So this is the proof. Show you how. Proof. So, I'll show that tomorrow, but I just remembered it. So give you an idea. Something different. I'll have other versions of it eventually. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Slight pause. Commercial break. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, it's been a long day with my channel being pulled down. Over here, I'm trying to build another channel. It's like stress. I was like, what am I gonna do now? It's like great. So glad everything worked. I figured it was gonna work itself out. I didn't think it was gonna work itself out that fast, but I wasn't that worried about it. But you never know. But it's weird. So it's a Wild West on YouTube for sure. But at least that's good that I'm in the copyright, the positive of it. The positive side of YouTube, let's put it that way. That's good. Donna Riggs, I'd like to know what our past life connections are to our friends Becky and Tony. I'm seeing Syrian lifetimes, several Syrian lifetimes that are similar to our world, but more advanced technologies. Kind of like the Jetsons in some regard, sort of. I am seeing like dinosaur energies, and I'm seeing large, creatures. Let's put it that way. But I see it mostly peaceful, at least for the alien. I see them mostly alien. These two are mostly alien incarnations. There is some Zeta, a little bit of Zeta. I believe, Donna, you were actually a reptilian. They were Zetas. And you're kind of, I see you protecting them a lot, actually. Yeah, they're just, your husband is probably them too. I see you definitely, they're watching out for them. Because I see them as Zetas, and they weren't always aware of what was around them. They're very into their work, but they weren't always aware of what was moving around them. This is somewhere. It's in space, for sure. Like Zetas can get very into their work and then just zone out. Sometimes I think they weren't. No, they're not perfect. Question 2: any messages from our critters that have crossed? We miss them deeply. Well, yeah, they're still with you. It was their time to go for sure. they were ready to go. I feel they were ready to go. Of course, they miss you, of course, but you do connect to them in astral. Yeah, just that you took good care of them, and they do help you in hard times. So, and but they're just tired of this reality, this world, this reality. I feel they've had enough. I feel like they've been just beaten up too much over time. Some of them have been. I feel stressed from some of them. Emmy, I don't eat meat very often, but whenever I think of possibly eating chicken, it feels like I would be eating my friends. Could you help me understand this? Also, did you say that eating chicken lowers your vibration? It can. It's all different for everybody. For some people, it can. For some people, they need it. So it's different for everybody. Some people need it to just charge. It depends on what energy level you're at. If you're out of stress, sometimes having a little bit of chicken is good because it just gotta, you need something. It's like a stress reliever. So it's not all bad. But even your friends, yeah, you're with the chicken people. Yes. I think I see you as a Palladian talking to chickens. Big ones, not small, big ones. And not the ones with fists going out and punching people, nothing like that. But I've seen big chickens. I see you flying on them. Yeah, those are your friends. Some people are very connected to the animal world, of course. Be super vegan for good, but understand if you do eat meat, don't it's all right. They're here to be a part of our society. They're not here to, you know, a lot of that's misconception to feel like you're doing something bad. Just be yourself. We're going to move away from that eventually, but we're not ready for it. So we're going to evolve. It's going to take some time. So, yeah, same with the chicken people. Basically, there are worlds of chicken people. I believe you have been a chicken other incarnate. I know it's kind of hard to see it right now, but they're very advanced. They're very. I mean, for them to give themselves to us like this is big. It's a big deal. It's just their. I don't think they want to be eaten by us eating them, but of course, that this way the system is now, because before it wasn't that. Now we have farms of them. It's just kind of terrible, but they know exactly what they're getting into. It's just they're contributing to our evolution. And we will get back to them eventually, where we are now. We will. So, question 2: I've been sending love and healing energy to support Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock. I pronounce his name. I feel a lot of love coming from him. Can you tell me if he is feeling this energy from me? And also, was he set up the night of the shooting? Well, I don't feel like that was really him. He got possessed. So, yeah, I mean, he is still responsible for his actions, but they possessed a dark side of him and became a vehicle of darkness, as you can tell. Yes, he is receiving your healing, but also part of him was to wake people up. Part of him, it seems like he knew what was going on, the corruption of the world. The government, good old Washington, yeah. And look at what's happening to Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is funny. It's like, yeah, California fires, but also Hollywood's technically burning itself down too. It was morally. About time that's resurfaced. It's about time. I mean, you just think what happened to Hollywood, it just gets worse and worse. But they all ask for it, so bad decision making. But for Steven, from what I'm gathering, I guess I should do a video about this. I'm getting a little bit more. I think he's just fed up. He's fed up with the world, and fed up brought in a lot of darkness. And I kept feeling him getting possessed by darkness. So part of him was, I would say, assist with the awakening process. Wake up to like the governments and whatever else is. Why choose Las Vegas? To get people's attention. Washington, It's a little bit harder to do something like what he did, but Vegas was easy. Yeah, there's a lot of darkness. He just totally lost himself. But yeah, any type of healing is good. Forgiveness is much needed. Realize the more hate doesn't do anything, and it just makes things worse. So, and feelings to the healings to the families, of course. But it's his way of awakening people of distrust the government. I just got that from him. I think a lot of it in him was just total rage. And it also feels like he attacked those people because they don't realize what's happening here. So it's like, it's terrible, but it's also a way of getting attention. So yeah, it sucks. People lose their minds all the time, and I feel like he was very possessed, and he was not in control of himself anymore. Sort of, but not fully. Yeah, it's just nasty. Tony A. Question one, Tony A. Any messages from my guides and angels and guides? Yeah, you're going through a healing process. Um, Actually, meditation will help you focus your energies. Actually, I'm recommending Asian Buddhism. Actually, candle light. Just you'd be surprised just to bring a positive energy to yourself. I'm, I'm, you'd be surprised how many business people. I see your second question here are into all of this. You'd be surprised. Basically, to keep focus. Also have a positive outlook. The more, of course, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to have your days of frustration, but um, it's highly recommended. I do believe you will feel very renewed, very, very not yourself, your old self, and more successful. You're pulling more success stories. Yeah, the idea is to clear out the past failures, past situations. Question two: I make ample money with my new business affiliation. Will come slow. Dustin Mike is a good. It's a good decision for you, but I believe there'll be better decisions, better opportunities down the road. But this is fun. This is good. But I do see you being very successful uh, over time. Just keep your head up, basically. Just look at the positives. If there's a problem, uh, just keep going. Jess, what can you tell me about the Sonic connection hybrid children I have with their race? What am I? I'm seeing like clowns. I guess they dress up like clowns around you to cheer you up. I'm not sure if clowns would cheer you up, but either way, they're doing it anyway. um, I see them just dressing up like little kids, dressing up like clowns. Any good way to move to elevate your energies? Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't recommend seeing like a big clown. That would be like freaking you out. But yeah, you have an ancient connection to their race. You're like a mother to many, but also a teacher. Also, I see you like an adventurer. You take. I see you as a teacher as for taking the students on trips. I also see you teaching them their telekinesis and abilities, and all just you're teaching the kids because a lot of them have not had earthly incarnations. So this kind of moves you up the ranks because being here. See, being here has its purpose, not just because we're all here because we're nuts. It's because it's also to help other species grow. And us being here is helping like the Essassani to grow and other species too also. Of course, it doesn't feel like we're growing at all here, does it? But we are. I know it's not always there to be fully understood. Question two: what messages is my higher self have for me at this time. Shows water, swimming, bathing in the sun, maybe go to the beach. I don't know if there's a beach around you. Beach weather would be good for you at this time. Yeah, stay out of the fire. If you're in that area, stay away from fire. Yeah, you don't even have to go to the beach. Just go stand by that fire over there in California. That's a terrible joke. You don't have to be that close to it either. Ouch. You know, that fire in California also feels like it's karma energy too. Not for everybody there, but some. Some it is. Yeah, some that lost everything will never have insurance. Don't have anything to repair it. Some of that's karma. Not for all of them, but for some. Ouch. It just is. It just because some are like it's all about being materialistic. Well, that's being removed, as you can tell. So, if you still have family, you're still alive. That's what matters most. And that seems to be a big reason for that. So, question from Tate. Can an archangel give me information on how Gaia's chakras are doing? Our crown chakra needs assistance. Many are trying to brainwash Gaia to interfere with her thinking. Other chakras seem to be all affected by this. Reptilians are involved with it. Weather anomalies coming out of nowhere. The fires in California, part of that. Because they can manipulate our energies and cause frustration for others. So you might see the fires in her chakras. As the last thing she wants is anything like that or any catastrophe to happen anywhere. So, oh yeah, now I'm bringing this up in the middle of this. I did see volcanoes. Not to say that's going to happen. Hopefully not. But I did see. I was kind of educated on how volcanoes operate. So that's not good. Question 2: is there a message from the highest vibration Andromedans? Well, they show you as like a glass being, a being that, like a watery being, but together. You know, like you're humanoid, but you're water, basically. And you're on a planet with water beings like this. You have humanoid forms, there can be any form. What about them? They're a higher consciousness that basically, where lower vibrational beings go there, they don't even see them. You got to be a high frequency to see them, like 6 density. You can say they're like the Watchers in some regard. They're not really saying exactly their names, but they are of they clear energies of negativity, but they're very difficult to find. Or yeah, the cauldrons, something around those lines. Something around that. Miles, any messages from the Prime Creator? Yes, what you want will be manifested. Also showing a female in brown hair around you. Could be a ghost being. Could be also in your dimension, but feels like it's more spiritual. Erica. It's actually assisting you, a new guide, assisting you in a new direction, but also to be grounded more in the details of your life, uh, meaning that you will become understanding of your direction. Why these things are happening? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? In due time, little by little. They're not going to fully manifest themselves completely at the moment. Also, I did see a glimpse of ancient Rome. Gladiator time. I saw a red cape. I think that yeah, Romans had. I mean, the Roman legions had that. So I saw a red cape. So, question two: any messages to public viewers to help them on their? Any messages to the public viewers to help them on their path? Yeah, cool down the hate. Stop hating each other. There's so much of that. Also, jealousy is so huge here that it does ruin the focus. And right now, the earth is going through a purge of negativity through your Hollywood and many more places to come. Washington needs to watch out. Basically, is giving other dark beings that are here, humans, that are doing dark situations like this, or in dark, doing in darkness, basically. It is a warning to them of things to come. And many thought this stuff would never come. Oh, this is just the beginnings. It will be quiet and then it will get more loud. So, not all of it happens at once. Fagoni is sometimes quiet before the storm, is sometimes the most terrifying for some, but you'd be surprised. But its awakening is among us. So much more to do. So much more. This is like a preview. Like what's happening in Hollywood, it's a preview of what's to come. But think about it on a worldwide basis of darkness being seen. So, and many are probably right now saying, I can't believe this is happening. Oh, well. There's a lot more. That's just a tiny bit of the corruption in this world. It's unbelievable. So, Jim F, are you sure you're tuned into the right person when answering my questions? Because you mentioned my job twice, but have no job. Well, job can mean many things. Also, job can also mean of your life path. So everybody has a job here. So that's usually we call it a job. It could be everybody's doing something. So that's usually where they just keep telling me job. Yeah, it's everybody's on a mission, so you're on your job. So I believe that's what it has to do with. Yeah, your life path, your life path is your job. So whatever it is, so that's what I'm getting. Any messages? This is also to open you up to another perspective, basically. Of there's deeper meaning to a lot of this. Also, that can't always be explained. Meaning, it's going to further into what we define as like a job, or is what we are defining it as. The spirit world defines it as something different, basically. Let's see. But you are on your path as for your direction. And let's see. You will understand it more fully. But it's mostly your spiritual job they're not fully aware of, is what they're mentioning. So Clarifying it isn't always necessary. You're just gonna, but you will understand eventually. Well, everyone will understand eventually. There's much more going on in this third dimension environment. But we're also always semi doing things simultaneously. It's not always even in our dimension. So, Eric N, are there any messages for me from anyone? Let's see. Yes, the archangel energies are putting a crown around you at this time. But opening up your experiences, you have a lot of connections with the feline beings. As for your yeah, I see you as a warrior with the felines. You probably feel some of that, and also you've had many dealings with the archons also. And some of your instincts of coming from your life instincts come from the felines. As we're not always to trust people, but also to be cautious of the situation. There's a trusting energy there, yes, but there's also a cautious energy. Question 2, can you tell me about my soul origins? I see a lot of it is insectoid, at least in the early times, but also Arcturian insectoid. I'm seeing a beetle. Definitely come from another universe, though. I'm not sure if I can earn whatever you were. No, we don't have anything like that here. Well, he's not in this galaxy. Wherever you came from, I don't know. I don't know what. It's just very. We're just not used to it. Let's put it that way. I don't think it's been ever documented here either, but they're not going to. I'm not sure if I'll ever understand what that was, but you had insectoid. Only reason because you understood a little bit more from the place you came from. I think it went to more feline for a while, but you've had incarnations with everything. I believe so. Insectoid is very strong because you can actually find a positive side of the insectoids that isn't always seen. It seems. Of course, you have connection with other beings, but it does bring you bring that insectoid positivity with you, like builders and things of that sort. Let's see. Henry, can you ask Prime Creator why these negative entities are here for such a long time and why the constant manipulation? Yeah, it does seem like it's more Archon that's been around you recently. It seems like it's coming from a female energy, though. That's around you that isn't aware. That's brought this closer to you first. It's somewhat of an attack. It's a mental, mostly a mental attack, it seems. Well, she's slightly trying to get back at you still. I guess things didn't go as well as she thought it would. So, is there any messages from the female galactic or angelic friends? Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of energies. I know this sounds weird. Pluto energies around you. Pluto, from what I'm picking up on, was a lot bigger at one time. It was more of a planet. It has been dissected over time by many beings. Some might have a different perspective of it, but I believe you were on that planet at one time, and it was more a positive incarnation for sure. Just fulfillment, like relationship fulfillment, things of that sort. So you're back in now. I don't believe you've had incarnations in this solar system, of course, but it's been a while, it seems. So coming back here, you're feeling a lot of this needs and desires that you once had somewhere else, actually, which is interesting. You think it'd be coming back from this world, but actually you feel like it's coming from somewhere else. That's a different one. I haven't heard that one before. That's a new one. 1 to 11. Can you tell me about my guide Gilda? How are we connected through other lifetimes and what she looks like? One moment. Well, she shows me with a gray hair, like silver hair. She's actually quite young, but she has silver hair. It's very old. I've seen the Garden of Eden. She's just saying you had many lifetimes on the Garden of Eden. I want to say it's Atlantis, but she's not saying that. She just says Eden. It's basically a higher version of Earth, higher vibration of Earth. Before it went into this state, it is today. You're a part of this Earth before it went into this, before Atlantis. It was at a time of peace for a very long time. And then it went into an experiment. She's been your guide in many incarnations. She hasn't really been incarnated here for a very long time. Mostly she's just been your guide in other incarnations. Yeah, the air just changed her. Everything just changed. So yeah. And also other beings showed up apparently. Question 2, any messages from my family? I guess I have an audience here now. You don't seem to notice. Question 2, any messages from my family? There is a reptilian presence around you, but nothing to worry about. There are teachers. You are also guided to be more sympathetic. You've had a lot of times where you weren't so sympathetic. I believe you actually are quite sympathetic. But part of you was not at one time, maybe in this incarnation, definitely in other incarnations, perhaps. But you're also understanding, it does seem like you have an understanding of beings that are not sympathetic. But you're seeing it from their point of view, at least. It does seem like some of that is, you see from other people's points of view, at least that's what I'm getting at. So, not going into much detail of that, but they say you have an understanding of it. So and it does help with healings. Who's the best word? Vasco, a girlfriend wanted to know every night in Astro she feels out of her body. She wakes up exhausted every morning. Why is this? Recently, she's dealing with her family. Seems like she's getting backlash from them. They don't want her to change. So in Astral, it does seem like their human selves is connected to their astral self. Like, we don't want to evolve, at least in your direction. So I'm feeling a lot of backlash coming from them. And also a lot of beings are seeing her repower up. She's gonna affect a lot of people in the future. So I do see family backlash, some of it at least. I'm seeing mostly father. So mother, not so much. Father, I don't know if he's even here, but either way, I'm saying it. Yeah, it seemed like it's very suffocating. I'm also seeing reptilians putting her into like a not exactly like a gas chamber, but they're trying to scare her away from this. Get some pass. She's being tested. Yeah, they're trying to close her down because she's when she finally is ready to receive all this, she's just gonna be a light bulb, just like people would be freaking out. Well, not a big amount, but this is very good for her. She's clearing out a lot of war energies, and it's going to help her see life a lot more differently. I do see her connecting to more of the higher dimensions. Some people are going to be jealous of her. It does seem like it. She's going to be really into it. Question two: girlfriend wanted to know if she's has any past lives with her current friends. Oh yeah, definitely. Males are normally reptilians, but also mostly people she's known through war, but not always. But she had a lot of lifetimes here. More in Vasco, actually. It's interesting, but mostly wartime, but not all. A lot of farm, a lot of positive time period. I also see her around a lot of books, so it was positive time. It wasn't all darkness, but the males I definitely see reptilians. I don't think she was a reptilian. She was like, "Get off me, Harvey," you know. Some of those guys, some of them are like that. You wonder what Harvey's going through, but anyway. Sorry about throwing that in there. Yeah, sorry about that. That sort of just bleeded into it. Sorry. Um, I see her as reason why because I see her as a Palladian, a female, like really attractive. I see these reptilians like messing around, like come on, get what stop doing all this crap. So I am seeing that through some of the males, not all of them, but some of them are kind of aggressive. Probably aware of that to some degree. Zunuki, when someone failed to complete their contract, doesn't that suggest that the contract was not well written or well considered in the first place? Sometimes, yes. Yeah. There's different ways of looking at it. Sometimes, yes. Also, the person might get lazy. Person might go into alcohol, might go into drugs. It's another thing that takes you off. Might get super lazy. It's part of it also. So it's not always has to do with the contract. But yeah, sometimes a contract, some people put too much in their contract when they have way too much negativity. That is very true. But also the person can also change, where they can't live this contract. It was like, why did I put all this crap into my contract? Working at McDonald's or whatever it might be, or somewhere that you don't really care much for. It's like I think I'm gonna lose my mind now. Because on the other side, you see it very easy. Oh yeah, I'll have this. Parents die early, car crash. I have this and that. It's like, oh, it looks fine. And then when you incarnate here, it's like, what was I freaking thinking? So yeah, it's hard. So it's not always that's sometimes they're well written. It's just a person changes, and so I think we do fulfill our contracts somehow in some ways. And if you don't, you will you reincarnate again. It doesn't mean you have to come back here though. Question two: I broke a few death vows. I will stop playing games or will die and such. By the karma of breaking those vows, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wouldn't I wouldn't worry about the vows. Um, I broke a few death vows. I really wouldn't worry about it. I think it's all good. I think I think it'll be okay. That's just you're not gonna die. You'll be fine. No, you won't have any karma. I don't think you'll have any karma for that. Oh, I mean, if you broke like a promise to somebody, it might be a little bit, but you'd be surprised. A lot of that stuff is cleared out pretty quickly, actually. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I would not. Don't hold this over yourself at all. Yeah, say if it's bothering you, just you can say forgive yourself. And as for if it prolongs with you, just it needs healing. That's all. But don't hold this on yourself. It's not good. It's okay. We all have our whims, that's for sure. So that's for sure. Yeah. So all right, blessings everybody. Hopefully that went pretty good. I think it went pretty good. So all right, take care. Much love. And I'll be back Tuesday. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow and go into what's going on. So much love. Take care.